Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the next episode of Corner House Chronicles. I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And with us tonight,
Jeff.
Jeff is here. Whoop, whoop. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by.
No
It's
problem.
going, dude. It's going. After the last half hour of laughs that we just had, it's fucking going, bro. Fired up. I've been waiting all week to do a show. It's the only thing that sucks about this podcast. It's once a week.
So far.
We wait until
Once it
Sunday.
starts paying the bills, you start doing a couple times a week.
There we go.
That would be lovely.
Now we're talking, dude. So this is episode 42.
42.
One more step closer to 50.
True story.
Closing in on a year. Welcome into all you listeners. We appreciate it.
Very much so.
And here we go.
We do appreciate you sharing the fuck out of this.
Please share.
On social media.
Please share. Twitter, Facebook.
What is this? Corner House Chronicles, CHC, what is it?
It's Corner House Chronicles.
Yeah, Corner House Chronicles. On Twitter, we are Corner HC Podcast.
True. On Instagram, we're CHC_podcast.
Yeah, it gets a little dicey in the details, but
Facebook,
we're there.
Facebook, just
We're
type
there,
in Corner
man.
House Chronicles. You'll find us. You'll find us.
If you want to find it, you can find it.
Neighbors driving by, saluting.
Oh, yeah. Labor Day weekend.
Yes, happy holidays. Hopefully everybody had a good Monday off of work.
Oh, so nice.
What is the idea behind Labor Day?
It's to...
A Monday off.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
it's to give you a day off.
That's it.
Yeah, because back in the day, you didn't have days off.
Gotcha.
It was like indentured servitude. Indentured servitude.
Nice
yeah.
one.
All right.
Using the thesaurus of mine.
I mean, shit.
Dropping it down.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Happy
it's back when they had-
Monday. That's what I like to say.
I would say pre-child labor laws.
Oh,
so when
okay.
you're like 8 years old and you got like 50 hours a week in the
In the
factory.
coal mine.
Yeah. And you're like, you know what? We should give these fuckers a day. Just one.
Give them a Monday. Come on.
September. Yeah, it's a good, shit's kind of calming down for the year. Fiscal
Yeah.
year doesn't happen for a few months.
It is right before school
Yeah, I think that
nowadays.
was-
So
Yeah,
that's
so that
cool.
way, you get a day off before you have to go to school and work the coal mine.
Yeah. Happy back to school for all you parents out there that have had your kids at home all summer like I have.
Enjoy the fuck
And
out
I'm sure
of that.
your kids aren't school age yet, right?
Preschool.
Preschool, okay.
The little one, the older one goes
You're
to
just
preschool.
stepping into that
Dude,
world.
Yeah.
wait till they go 8 hours during the day, bro. And then you get that day off.
And you're just like, what do I do?
Video games.
What do I do? 'Cause
Now if I
day.
take a day off, it's like...
Watching
shit,
the kid.
This ain't a day off.
No. You're still working.
So now I kind of... hopefully the wife does this. I just kind of plan my vacations around her schedule.
Right.
There you go.
There you
So
go.
it's like, oh, you're off, so I might as well just take this off.
Unofficially, have you ever been like, oh, I got to go to work, and then not really had to go to work?
I did that once, ain't gonna lie. Went to the poker room.
It's like, went to Cedar Point. It was fucking phenomenal. No lines.
Went to the poker room.
12 hours at MGM.
It really was. That's what it
Come
was
home.
for.
She's like, how was work? Oh, I got my ass kicked. It was a rough day.
I mean,
Got a cash bonus of $1,200. Here's $300 for you.
Go buy yourself something nice.
no, them winning days have been few and far between lately.
Yeah.
That really does happen.
I haven't been to the casino to play poker in
Long
I don't
time.
want to bore you guys with the poker story, but pocket aces, she raises, I re-raised, make it $45 call. She calls. She's 3-6 offsuit.
Ooh.
Flop is
Straight.
2, 4, 5.
4, 5, 7.
4-5-7, of course.
Crushed it.
So wait, she checks. I jam.
Oh, yeah. You're like, fuck you. What could you have? A fucking 3-5?
Yeah, exactly. And then she was like, "Oh, you got a call." I had pocket aces. She had 3-5 offsuit. $450 pot. No big deal.
No big deal.
Just another Tuesday.
Did that break you too? Did you get up and walk
That was
away?
my all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a lap and
And was she like, oh, look, I
I did
won.
the walk of shame to the ATM.
Paid $30 to get my $100 bill out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, oh, service charge $17. Oh, gotta pay it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I ended up breaking even. I got some money back, so we're good.
So I think tonight we should definitely start with a little bit of this. Florida people doing Florida things.
Florida people, in fact, do Florida things.
Have you seen the story about the couple in the trailer park in Florida?
No, I've not. Please.
They turned their trailer into a drive-through drug den.
And the reason is not why you think. The reason was not to draw attention that they're dealing drugs, like having people walk in and out of their trailer.
Parking, getting out of the car, going in. They just drive around the trailer.
But no. They use a window and have a fucking menu.
They had signs.
They had
Really?
signs.
They had signs telling cars which side of the trailer to pull up on. It's a genius idea.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
If you don't get caught.
This is as good as the drug dealer and Uber idea. I mean, it's close.
Well, I'm saying the drug dealer and Uber, I mean, that just makes so much sense.
Right.
Whereas making a drive-through window in your trailer to sell drugs. So,
Speaking of Uber, I do have a quick funny story about Uber.
rock it out.
Okay.
So the other day, I did a golf outing, went out on the golf, drank all day, no big deal.
That's how you golf, folks.
Was at a buddy's house, Ubered to go, thinking I priced it to go to the casino. I was like, I better not. I'm going to go home instead.
There you go.
Uber, where'd we go? I'd never changed the address back. Uber to the casino.
So you're just drunk riding in an Uber
Lost
car.
my ass at the casino and then paid double,
And Ubered again on the way home.
double the Uber price to get home. This was like 2 weeks ago. Yes, I'm 37. Jesus.
All right, quick.
Yeah, whatever.
I got a story about my friend.
Okay.
He texted me a while
By friend, you
ago.
mean you, of course.
No, it was not me. I've never Ubered or did the Uber Eats.
I have.
I never did
That's
Uber
okay.
Eats before, but I Uber all the time.
So he was like, anytime I go out, he lives in California area. He's like, anytime I go out to like a concert or something, I take an Uber. I was like, okay. He was like, and I always like try to dress nice because I'm going out. And I always get like the weirdest fucking like smelliest weird guy ever that drives you. He's like, but if I do the Uber Eats and I'm in like a fucking like beat up T-shirt and fucking like gym shorts,
Stained wife beater.
you know, on my day off, I haven't like seen sunlight yet. I've been
Like
up for
7
like
Christmas trees in the back of his
yeah,
car.
it's like all
Like
fucked up. And then,
Murray's.
like,
He's
he's like the hottest chick will deliver my fucking like chicken nuggets and fucking like quesadilla, and I'm like, oh, I'm just a fat slob. Look at me, fuck.
Appreciate it, girl.
My
Yeah.
6 chili cheese burritos.
You know, and you're just like, hey,
I got an extra empanada in there if you want to come in.
I was just gonna rock out, you know, the Star Wars trilogy if you want to stick around.
This 6 chili cheese burrito ain't gonna eat itself.
Hey,
You wanna come
baby.
sit on my.
You want some of these chili cheese fries? Yeah,
I
it's a
have
good
not
pickup
done
line.
Uber Eats. No. I've been in someplace getting food when
Yeah.
the Uber person shows up to get the food, and I'm just like, this is weird.
Do they look like disappointed in life when they're just like, I called that order in?
Yeah, I don't know.
That'll be $56.25.
The place is literally around the corner. You're like,
Yeah. You're like, oh, you got to drive far? No, I don't. The guy's in the parking lot. He just didn't want to come in.
Yeah. I'm still in that if I want food delivered, I order pizza or
Yeah.
Jimmy John stage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like something like
the
that.
regular delivery
Right.
standard.
Although I'm pro Subway going to delivery.
Yeah.
I would back
What?
that idea 100% if Subway
Is that a
delivered.
thing, or you just?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they might do Uber Eats. I don't know,
Yeah.
but Subway doesn't deliver around here. But if they did, it's like
Little pizza
3-4
sub.
days a
Little
week.
pizza
You know?
sub.
Yeah,
I
I'd
gotta-
mix it up.
I got a
dude.
quick interjection because we're just throwing shit down,
Uh-huh.
stumbling down the block. But I seen a commercial for Papa John's and their latest quote unquote pizza.
Italian dressing.
What the
instead of
fuck?
pizza sauce? Oh my god! It just
It's an Italian sub without
It's a
lettuce.
hero,
or-
right?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
what
a
they
hero.
call it? Yeah.
Screams heart attack.
Oh, it does indeed.
Italian dressing.
You can upgrade for 50 cents and get it covered in nacho cheese if you want.
When I found out they were putting ranch on pizzas and running it
I
through
was
an
scared.
oven, I got like queasy.
The barbecue chicken pizza throws me off. I will not fucking touch it.
that I've had, and it's not
It's
that
not
bad.
bad if we take out the onions. Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I've heard people say it's not that bad. But when you get into like, it's a hero pizza. And I was like, okay, I'm interested. Tell me about it. And it's like, well, no pizza sauce. We use Italian dressing. And you're
Get
like,
outta here.
We're done. We're done here. The conversation
go.
is over.
Let's
Yep.
fatten this up.
And then we put like slices of salami and fucking deli meats. It's like you take
Yellow peppers.
You take one bite. All you're biting into is a little bit of crust and
And
all of
Italian
the fucking
dressing.
toppings. That's
Ugh.
gonna slap you in the bottom of the fucking chin.
I can't
crust and a fucking salad.
You know, let's do it. I'll have the anapasta salad pizza.
You order it. Can I add lettuce? They're
Yeah.
like, what?
No croutons. No
Right.
croutons this time.
Right.
I like crunchy crust, but not that crunchy.
You don't even like pizza sauce.
Some places I don't like.
Right,
pizza
right.
sauce.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
for Italian dressing, holy
Yeah,
shit!
fuck that noise.
I don't want any. Of it.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever told you. I've been to a pizza buffet once in my life.
Oh yeah.
It was
CC's.
You nailed it.
Boom.
It was out in Fresno, California.
Okay.
We went there visiting family, and we went to this CC's, as they call it. And it's pretty sweet. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese style place, so like
Mhm.
arcade, bumper cars, cool shit.
So they just put like 15 different pizzas on
Yep.
a.
Yeah,
and
they
you
used
just
to be
grab
one
what
in
you
Dearborn.
want.
They used to be one in Dearborn, right
Yeah.
there by the Kroger.
Then they
right
have like different themed rooms, and then
Huh.
like a general room.
there. CC's did not have different theme rooms.
Well,
No.
this one out there.
Oh well.
Anyhow, getting further off the topic of the story. So
Let's bring it back to Florida.
you know, we'll get to Florida in a second. I have to cover this.
Oh, okay. I'm
because
sorry.
We're completely on the
Like-
side of the country. But
In
let's
my
go.
heyday, I could knock down some fucking
Oh
pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I get in line. All right, they got 45 different kinds of pizza, and I'm like, I'm not adventurous to try like the pineapple fucking
Macaroni
whatever.
and cheese
Yeah,
pizza.
the crazy
no,
shit.
get
I'm just
outta
gonna
here.
stick like I'm gonna start off easy.
I like cheeseburgers, not
Like-
cheeseburger pizza.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm gonna get the pepperoni
And stop right there.
and the cheese, and that'll be like, all right, that's the foundation of this house I'm building of awesomeness
Right.
because it's a pizza buffet. How could you not be excited? So I sit down with my two pieces, and I go, "Yep, pepperoni, you're up first." Take a bite, and I go, "Something's off here. Something's not quite right." So I take another bite because I got to figure this out.
Right.
Instead of actually looking at the pizza and like investigating it that
Right.
way,
No.
I take another bite.
I'm gonna take a bite of it.
Them fuckers put turkey, pepperoni
Fucking,
on it.
fucking nailed it. No, cheese, mozzarella, pepperoni on point. Crust was good. There's no sauce, and I go, "Huh, that's not pizza sauce. What is that? That tastes like peanut butter. That tastes like peanut butter."
Get the fuck out of here.
And then I look at the pizza, and yeah, it was peanut butter, not pizza sauce. So I paid to get in a pizza buffet and / arcade. Guess how many pieces of pizza I ate that day?
2 bites.
2 fucking bites, and I was done. It
Peanut
ruined
butter?
Peanut butter.
Oh my god.
So when you have, you have your mindset like, yes, I'm going to try this Sprite, and you take a sip, and you're like, oh, it's the cranberry version. Fuck my life.
right.
It's worse
Peanut
than that.
butter.
It was peanut butter. So I just sat there while everyone else was like, oh, this is great. It's a pizza buffet. And I'm like, fuck you.
I just ate peanut butter, bitches.
And my younger cousin goes, you didn't read the little plaque under that said it was a peanut butter pizza? And I was like, fuck you.
Remember in National Lampoon's
The one with the-
Vegas Vacation, he was like, "Give me some of the yellow and a little bit of
Yeah,
blue.
blue.
Oh, these are wrong."
One's chicken, one's beef. Yeah.
You didn't notice there was no slices missing. It was actually the full pizza still. Like, why is nobody eating this one? It's the full pizza right here.
See, you joke.
Oh, because it's fucking
You joke,
butter.
but you were accurate because all the other pepperoni ones had like a piece left, and this was like, I assumed they just brought out
Oh, it's a
a
fresh-
fresh pizza, and I was like, yeah, I'm a
It's a
winner.
fresh peanut butter pizza.
Yeah.
First in line, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got you good.
Peanut butter.
Fuck.
The cook's like, look, he's eating it.
That crazy son of a bitch is doing it.
We got one.
Yeah.
They're high fiving in the
Ruth,
back.
you got to see this. Oh my god. I was
He
that
must
guy.
be from out of town.
I was. All this is accurate.
Oh shit.
It was the first and the last time I went to a pizza buffet.
Peanut
Pizza Hut
butter.
has their like $5 at. They used to have the $5 buffet lunch. At
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, but-
You see, they're rebuilding that one right here on Telegraph.
yeah, but they're making
really?
it like a.
it's a
they're
strip mall thing now.
It's a Pizza Hut
Express.
Yeah, I think they're all going Pizza Hut Expresses, which is.
So no dine-in, basically.
No,
Just-
$5,
okay, right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I seen a meme while we're talking about pizza. I don't know if I shared it with everyone in the show, but it was like a text conversation, and it was like, Little Caesars, it's hot and it's ready.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, does it taste good though? And it was like, Little Caesars, it's hot and it's fucking ready. All right?
They have a machine now. You put your card in, it comes out. You don't have to talk to anybody.
Like a vending machine pizza?
Yes, they do.
I would fucking do that in a heartbeat.
For real?
Mind you, there's nobody in line, so you just ask the guy to get it too. But
Oh.
there is like a thing where you order it and it comes out.
That's the next Red Box, folks.
You're right.
Sweeping the fucking nation.
Pizza.
There's gonna be a Red Box and a fucking Little Caesars hot and ready fucking vending machine right next to each other on every corner.
There's like a weed station right next to it too.
Yeah, there
There's
you
gotta
go.
be
Right,
something.
it's got to be a weed station around the block. For sure.
Wait till November when it legalizes. in
What do you
Michigan.
need?
Oh, get
Weed,
some
a
of
movie,
that,
and a pizza. Sign me up.
Bro, where's the nearest pizza joint? Go outside. It's right there, dude. It's right ahead. If they were smart, they'd put it in the lobby.
Oh
if they were selling by slice.
Yep.
That way, when you're waiting, you know, to get.
I'll rock one out real quick.
Let me
I'll
get
pay
a slice
50
of hot and
cents.
ready. Shit.
Do. What do you want? I want 2 of these hot and readies.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna get one, but that fucking slice was good. And that's they actually make good ones to put in the fucking vending machine.
2 slices and a joint of Acapulco Gold, man. That's how it's gonna go down in the future.
How do you spell Acapulco?
We're gonna pass 300 viewers here.
Oh, we're gonna. Pass
Oh, you gotta
600.
hit 400
gotta-
now to make a dent.
Yeah,
We're moving up
Let's
there.
make a prediction. How many do you think you're gonna hit?
We'll probably, I got top her, so
Oh,
350.
Whoa,
350.
No, she's at like 370.
she's like-
Oh,
she's
yeah,
almost 380.
You
400.
aim for 4.
400,
Yeah,
yeah.
aim for 4.
All right, aim for 4.
With my network.
Hey, you just got to remember to plug that shit.
Just walk in MGM and be like, remember me, guys?
No, the
Check
funny story
this shit
about
out.
MGM. So I go there with the wife one time. It's like
And we're like, "Hey, Pappas, welcome back." You're like, "Hey, dude, shut the fuck up, man."
This 50-year-old Chinese dude's like, "Hey, what's going on? Where you been?" I'm like, "Oh, how do I know you?" I had an 8-hour session with him like 2 weeks ago.
You know? Then we shared an Uber home.
right. Your wife's just looking at you.
I didn't know him. I don't know.
It's weird, ain't it? Maybe high school? I don't know.
He's 60 years old. Yeah, he got held back a couple times. He was a woodshop teacher. Yeah, that's what it was.
He holds his hand up. Hey, what's up? Missing fingers.
We called him Stumpy.
And after this episode, I'll probably sleep on your couch. So
Right. Hey, you're welcome back.
It's all
There's,
my secrets.
there's one right there.
It's all my secrets.
All right, let's get it back in here. Let's
Oh,
zone
Florida.
back in. Florida. Okay.
Oh, we were talking about Florida. That's
we
right,
started
yeah.
this off talking about a couple in Florida in a trailer park who turned their trailer into a drive-through drug
Emporium.
dispensary.
There you
Emporium, that's a good word for it right there, definitely.
See,
So-
the cops said they were seeing some overdose incidents that were happening in this particular area, quote unquote, trailer park.
Right.
And they were like, hey, there might be something to this. So they staked it out. And the couple stated that they didn't want a lot of foot traffic going in and out of their trailers. So this is why they set up the drive-through.
Yeah.
So that way, fuck you, cops, you'll never find out. Until the cops just sit there one day and watch all these cars line up and start going around this trailer. And they're like, hey, I wonder if there's something to that.
Got him.
Right.
So they found out that the products they were selling were laced with fentanyl.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That'll get 'em.
This is like
So
double the. Oh.
double the Florida for one price.
Did the cops go through the drive-through as part of the sting? Do you think that'd be legal? Is that
yeah,
entrapment?
No, it's
I don't
not
think so,
entrapment.
'cause they're not-
I mean, if an
no, I don't
undercover
think so.
cop is going to buy drugs from you,
They actually buy it.
it's not like you pull up to the window and be like, hey, welcome to like Tim and Nancy's. What do you want?
Right.
And they're like, oh, can I get an ounce of, diesel, I guess some meth,
3 pills,
some Vicodin, and
About $10
Adderall.
worth of Heron.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, all right, your total's going to come to $243.56. Pull around to the first window. You come up and they're like, "Hi, are you a cop?" I don't know if they had it that well rehearsed.
I would think, "Are you a cop?" would be the first question out of their mouth when you pull up to the
Yeah.
drive-through window, right? Like you pull up, and they slide the window. You a cop? No, not at all.
Hey man,
What you need? Please pull around.
Yeah. Are you a cop? Nope. That's all you had to say, brother. Pull around, man.
I wonder if it was like if they let their neighbors walk through the drive-through in order to not tell on them. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want
Yeah,
my
you guys-
2010
Yeah.
Caprice at every cop car. You're like, no.
Like Tina, I told you have to be on a car. Your riding lawnmower doesn't count. You're gonna get us caught. Fuck you.
kudos to these people for
For being that
adventurous.
There you go.
That's a good word for it, right? Adventurous. Like you
Intuitive, having that idea.
turned your trailer
Yeah.
into a drive-through drug den.
They're like, we're already fucked up on meth, but it'd be cool.
Right. Slide open that window.
If
Let's
I
see
didn't
what
have
happens.
to get up to, if I didn't have to
Yeah,
get up to
business.
open that door every time, we could just slide this fucking window right here behind the couch.
Maybe it started with a neighbor, like just
Maybe.
throwing shit over
You
at the
know.
window. Pink,
Tink, tink. Oh god damn, it's Doug
the
again.
fuck you want, Earl?
Fucking
I need
slide
a
the
bag.
window, hand the bag out the window, come back with money, be like, man, I wish every transaction was like that.
Wonder, I mean, trailers are pretty
The
good.
rest was history.
So maybe they use like them little claw, like the handle things that you like pick shit up with. They handed it across. Boom.
I don't know. It depends on how many race trucks they have down there in fucking Florida.
I imagine it was in the Everglades.
We're going
right?
mudding. What do you need? Fentanyl.
Did you hear about the
All right.
couple in Houston that left their 11-year-old daughter at home alone, jumped on a plane, and flew here to Detroit
Oh,
for a
shit.
metal concert?
Oh, I didn't know. I heard about it, but I know it involved a plane ride.
They flew on a plane to Detroit to see a band from some other country.
The parents were under the understanding that the sister-in-law was going to check in on the daughter.
I have to see Rammstein. If I miss one more Rammstein concert,
and they only come to Detroit.
They're on the plane. Du hast. How do you think Sarah's doing? Fuck her. Du hast.
What? Yeah, I'll take another beer. Well,
How
apparently,
long's this plane ride?
apparently,
We should be there already.
apparently, the dad is either a concert organizer or promoter in some fashion.
So he was working?
Possibly.
Oh my goodness.
They
that's
haven't
even
really
worse.
nailed that down yet. But the wife went on that said business trip with him.
Dude, I don't leave my kid home alone at 11 to go to the corner. I'm not flying to a fucking different state.
speaking of Rammstein, did you go to that concert? Where they play with Korn like years ago? Just like 10, 15. I mean, obviously.
Oh,
we're
that
high
was
school.
like the first Family Values
was like
concert.
yeah,
Yeah,
did you go to
yeah.
that? Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I did not.
You did go to
I've
a
never
Korn
seen
concert
Rammstein.
lately.
Oh, I've seen Korn a
Yeah.
bunch of times, but never Rammstein.
I've seen it's wild. I wasn't. It was wild.
Is it? Yeah, I imagine. I mean, they breathing fire and shit, you know? I did
A lot
see.
of sex toys out there.
Oh, my goodness.
It was wild.
What would you say?
Oh, Jesus.
No, it's good shit.
Dry stout.
What would you say your best time at a concert has been?
My is the time I saw Rage Against the Machine. Has to be that.
Was it with the Wu-Tang or
No,
Beastie
it was
Boys?
with Boys Against Girls or something crazy like that. It was at Cobo Hall.
Yeah.
Did you go with him?
No,
The-
I was
the
supposed
power,
to.
The power. Yep.
Because
Somebody went-
your cousin had a ticket
It
and
was-
he wasn't going to go, and
the-
you were like, if he don't go, you
Yeah.
can go. That was
power-
That's
yeah.
how close I was to seeing Rage.
the power of having an older brother when I was a freshman in high school. So he had a car, so I went with him and his friends, and I took my friend John,
Right.
and we went to see Rage Against the Machine. It was the craziest concert. I've
Didn't
ever
somebody
been to.
die at that concert too?
Yes, it
yeah.
was like I remember.
I think Wu-Tang
it
Clan was there, dude.
No, they came with like after. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
But it was at Cobo, so the main floor was a hockey arena,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and
Somebody
remember-
get pushed against the boards.
no,
Trampled.
everybody wanted to
Oh.
get on the main floor, so they were like literally jumping from.
Oh shit!
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was at a Pantera concert at the Palace one time when he did Phil Ensemble was like, everybody in seats, come down to main floor, and security just moved. Like they did.
There's
you know,
no way you
yeah.
can stop that. Yeah.
It was I remember looking up because I was on main floor, looking up, and it was just to see every
my
staircase
God.
was
Packed.
just
People climbing over the fucking rows of seats.
jumping.
Yeah.
They were jumping over the barricade into main floor. It was fucking nuts.
Damn.
That's crazy.
it was
Yeah, I
like
remember.
fun. And then Limp Bizkit and Korn was another good one.
Mm-hmm. You used
But
to
that's
go to
what
a
we
bunch
did.
of
Like
them.
that's what we did. Like back in their heyday was like, what's going on? I'm gonna go to a concert tonight.
Yeah.
So you find out what was playing, you went. Like that's what we did.
That's all we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was long before social media.
Wanna go to
and,
Clutch?
you know, stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Right.
Well, that time that like E-Town Concrete played in, like Lincoln Park. Remember that
Mhm.
time?
We've
With,
talked about
with-
that a few
Yeah.
times.
with
yeah.
Steve. And
Yep.
I was like, this is crazy.
Yep. They didn't get to play
Yeah,
that
but
night.
Oh, yeah.
somebody,
the fire marshal shut
yeah.
it down.
Because my buddy's band played in that. Before
Yep.
that. Yeah.
I will say this, like on the record, I've told many people this in my private life, you know, personal, but like for the show, and you're here. You are the one that introduced me to Rage Against the Machine, Deftones, Korn, any of those bands that I listened to when early '90s. You were the
I
reason.
remember like going to like the Junior League World Series, and we're like, "What shirts did you buy for school?"
Yeah.
You're like, "I bought the Korn." Like, oh man, you weren't at the first day of school. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah. Oh shoot.
One time we didn't get a hold of each other before
Twins.
school, and we showed up wearing the same shirt, and all hell broke loose. The
Remember like going to
seniors.
see Downset like back in our heyday?
Oh yeah, dude. They called me Corn because I changed. I just left it my gym shirt, so we didn't have that problem ever again. You know. You can imagine what was said about
Oh.
us as freshmen
18
or
and a penny
sophomore.
at,
Yeah, right.
at the
Yeah,
t-shirt
1801 at the t-shirt place. Yep. Yep.
That's what we did. Like back in like that's what we did.
Do you remember when Limp Bizkit's first album came out? We took my red Tempo
Oh,
and we
jeez.
drove to Harmony House on Telegraph Road next to Kmart.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was significant about that experience?
No, I don't.
Okay, so we pull in the parking lot. Now, mind you, we left school early this day, so it was the middle
Did you
of the
run
day.
into the principal?
No.
No.
We parked all the way at the other side of the parking lot up by Telegraph Road. Like, I mean, there was a good...
Quarter mile.
Yeah, at least.
We're walking.
Yeah, why are we parking out here? Fuck it, let's park out here. And we did, and we laughed the whole way
No.
walking up to the store. And I bought that album. We walked all the way back to the car and got in and left.
$15.99 at Harmony House. She's like, this is a good deal.
That's a great deal.
$15.99.
Holy shit. $16? Man, I only got to work like 5 hours to make that back then.
Did you ever have voc classes, vocational?
Yeah, me and John
Yes.
got a lot of trouble going to vote classes.
We did.
A lot of detours to Red Baron.
Can I play Silent Scope for about 2
No,
hours?
it was NFL Blitz.
NFL Blitz.
Oh,
Me
good
and-
game.
remember-
Actually, we
Game.
would leave high school and we would go to Meyer because Sombrero was there.
Oh,
and we would eat lunch at Sombrero. We'd get like a pizza roll. And then we'd go to fucking Red Baron for like a half hour and then go to Vogue.
So on the way back from voc, I would stop with my two buddies who lived back behind Meyer, and we would play because our get back from voc and it'd be our lunchtime, so we had time to kill.
Yeah. So
So we would go to their house, go in their basement, smoke cigarettes, and play GoldenEye for like hour and a half.
classic.
I was sitting there like,
yeah, look at that. 4th hour's over.
yeah, we're like, shit, we should probably go. And there's one, they were twins, and one of them would be like, fuck it, I'm staying home. Like, dude, are you just going to, like, it got to the point where he just stopped going to school.
All it takes is
altogether.
one
Right.
person to say
Like,
no. You're like,
His
Yeah,
brother
I
just
can't
goes
go
to
now.
his classes and gets credit for
Yeah.
the.
Pretty much he pops in, like, I got to go to the bathroom.
I'm here.
Yeah. So me and the other twin would go back to school. So we would park on that side street by Kennedy,
Mm-hmm.
and we would sit there and smoke a couple cigarettes before actually going to the parking lot and going in and be like, oh, we got to prep for this. So one day we're sitting there smoking a cigarette, and a car pulls up in front of us. Guy lights a cigarette, girl lights a cigarette, and I'm like, you notice something funny about this? My buddy's like, no, are we blocking their driveway? I was like, that is the head counselor and her husband, the vice principal. He was like, no shit. I was like, yeah, pretty cool,
Son
huh?
of a gun.
Wouldn't you
Yeah.
imagine?
So they're just smoking. So he starts the car. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, check this out.
Pull up next to him.
Pulls up right next to him, rolls down my window. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, say hi. Fuck it. I looked over. They're already looking at me like deer
Right.
in headlights. And I'm like, got a light?
I already
They were like,
buzzed.
aren't you supposed to be in class? I was like, aren't you supposed to be at work? And they were like, when you're done, get back to class. That was a little small victory I had in high school.
Yeah, we did a lot of dumb shit back then.
Because I remember my absences were like 1, 4th hours,
17.
12, 12. And like, oh, if I miss one more class, I'm done.
You're going to kick me out of school.
No, because Voc is worth like 3 credits or something like that.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you didn't pass Voc, you didn't graduate.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I had building trade, so all I had to do was show up.
Yeah, I was there too. Yeah.
You know, it was like, pfft,
I had AutoCAD.
they
That
didn't
was-
care.
Oh, my God.
Pick the hammer up and hit a couple
Yeah.
nails. You're like, yeah.
Done for the day.
But you had to go there. You had to get there.
Right. Yeah. Remember that car accident on the way to
Oh,
Vogue?
yeah. That was crazy.
When you guys tried to jump that school bus. And
Oh, you were in the yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Then I went to school store.
I was in
sorry.
Aaron's car.
I'm sorry. You tried to jump a school bus?
No, okay, that was bad
The
wording.
kid-
Yeah, that
I
was bad
driving-
word because my mind just took off from that point. Like
They were
did
in
you
like
build
a what was like
fucking
an
ramp?
It
escort.
was like an escort.
Fuck
yeah.
you, Mad Mike Hughes.
And there was.
No, it-
Speaking of which, have you seen the trailer for his
I
documentary?
did. It
Yeah.
actually is pretty nice.
Uh-huh. There was a
We'll get
school
to
bus
that.
turning left, and they were trying to turn left in an escort, and they tried to jump around the bus, like to
You
get
can't, unfortunately, do that.
this Jeep come through. Boom, dude! We
Smoked us.
saw this escort jumped up on its fucking hood and fell back down.
I have a story to
We were at the red light, like
Tailcoat
holy
that one.
shit!
And I'm like, all right. Then I go to Vogue because there's 2 hours back to. I had school store last hour,
Oh, that sounds rough.
and then
Willow.
and then I'm like, man, my neck's starting to hurt. So the school store was like, you better go to the
Yeah.
hospital. So I'm going to the hospital after that. But
So one day on my way to Vogue, it's early as fuck in the morning. That year I had Vogue like first, second hour, or however many hours it was. It was like first thing in the morning.
It's like 2.5 hours. Yeah, something like that.
I think you do like 2 or
with
do
travel
3 hours.
time, it was
Yeah.
like 3 hour
So
block. Yeah,
I got to drive. I could drive there instead of taking the bus, and I could drive from there to school. So I had my little S10. I'm at the light. I'm like, yeah, we're good. Start turning. This Chevy 1500 goes, nope, bam. I was like, fuck. Fuck. It took my little fucking S10. The front of it looked like a square. This was from the 80s. And turned it into a triangle. Like, it's a 35 mile an hour.
it's a dangerous intersection
It
right
was
there,
a
dude.
rough intersection, and I got fucked up.
You got people coming around with that party store right there,
Yeah.
and the baseball fields. I mean, you never know what's going on in that intersection.
So I got a ride home from the cops. That was nice. Very uncomfortable seats.
At least you weren't in cuffs.
I was not in cuffs. But I did have to sit there for the 45 minutes while the guy had to fill out the paperwork, which I feel bad now for cops because the amount of paperwork they have to fill out
Yeah.
is retarded. Anyhow, the next day, I have to take the bus. So I take the bus to Vogue. I get there, and everyone's just like, we thought you died. I was like, what
Holy
the-
shit, you're alive!
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, we heard it. I was like, you heard it? The crash? They're like, we heard it. We didn't know what the fuck happened. We thought
Yeah.
like a building blew up or like they were coming up with these crazy stories. I
That's
was
like a good 200 yards off Wick Road. Too.
Oh, yeah, it's a-
that
it's a-
school.
it's-
I mean, it's back there.
there's a decent distance.
yeah, that's a
between.
big field between. Yeah,
And they were like, no, we heard it like it was outside the fucking window. And I was like, yeah, the lady said she was going 30. And they were like, were you doing 90? I was like, I was turning. So I'm saying 15, maybe.
Was it your fault? Did they say it was your fault?
Oh, definitely. It was my fault. I turned in
turned
front of
directly.
another fucking car because I didn't see it.
you're getting the ticket.
Oh, I did.
That's
I
how
did.
it goes
Coming down,
down.
going 90 down Wick or whatever. You didn't see that car.
I don't know how many times we were like late to get to Vogue.
Oh, just cruising.
Just flying down Telegraph and then to Wick, like hit that fucking turn.
We had one teacher, as long as you brought him some sort of appeasement, like a Diet Coke or a donut,
Some McDonald's.
he was
My blitz game went to overtime.
he was totally cool with you. Be like, where the fuck were you? Be like, McDonald's, here you go. And he's like, sit down.
Right. Cool.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
It's not my fault my game of blitz went to overtime.
I know,
You know,
right?
it's like, who knew?
Like, bro, I had 300 tickets at Red Baron, dude. You think I'm walking out of there without a gift? Come
I didn't know
on.
what the fuck to get. I could get the camcorder or I could get the 2 stuffed gorillas. I didn't know what to do. There was a few times in my younger years where I got to hang out with you guys in your heyday, and we went over to Rob's.
I like that, the heyday.
The heyday. It was cool for me because I'm in like junior high and I'm hanging out with all these fucking seniors and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I walk in, my brother goes to the fridge, grabs a fucking like big slam of Pepsi, hands it to me. That's like a quarter of the way gone. I'm like, he's like, drink that. I'm like, okay.
It's full of Captain Morgans.
It was nothing but Captain Morgan's. And he's like, get in the car. So I'm sitting there and he's like, by the time we get to where we're going, you better have that finished. I was like, where are we going? He's like, I'm not telling you.
Right.
I was like,
Just
shit.
drink it.
I was like, I don't know what kind of timetable I have here. He's like, then you better fucking drink it, huh? So I slam it, and we end up going to the Red Baron. There was like 3
Exactly.
cars worth of people. And apparently we're getting a camcorder. We needed enough tickets to get a camcorder because you guys wanted to record a music video for the Subliminal Criminals.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
On Pacer.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. And they needed more bodies to get more tickets. And we could get free coins because Rob had it in.
Rob actually knew the chick that worked there
Really?
too, so
Yeah.
it was like 2 for 1 tickets.
Yeah. I got a free bucket of quarters,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
okay. And he was like, pick whatever you want to play. You
And a
get-
big slam full of captains.
Yeah, so I'm a fucking, like, I don't know, 7th grade, fucked up, got a fucking little, like, casino fucking plastic cup full of coins. And they were like, just get as many tickets as you can. I was like, okay. So I'm playing video games, fucked up. And then all of a sudden, they're like, all right, time to go. Give me your tickets. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. We go back to Rob's with a video camera. I was like, all right. And then my brother was kind enough to drop me off. I was like, all right, you're done. Go home. I'm like, what do I do?
Enjoy your night.
It's like, go home. I was like, yeah, but Mom and Dad are there. And he was like, and? I was like, you gave me that drink. I don't know what was in it, but clearly I'm having a good time. He was like, go to bed. I was like, you're no fucking help.
I have $17 to my name. I just spent $17 at Red Baron. Like, leave me alone.
At least I got a buzz.
You know?
We spent a lot of time at Red Baron. That was That was the spot,
place
dude.
to be.
Now it's a cell phone
phone
store
place? Subway.
slash.
Oh, it's a Subway tanning
Subway now?
place.
Yeah, it's a Subway.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
tanning place and a Subway, I think.
I don't go on Telegraph much. I stay
It's
away
like-
from that shit, especially
It's
southbound.
like across the street.
It's okay. I don't go that way. That's not the direction of the kids' school. Work. None of that. I ain't touching it.
I did want to talk about the last Blockbuster in Oregon.
Yeah?
Apparently, a local brewery in Oregon was kind enough to make a beer dedicated to Blockbuster.
We should probably fill Jeff in real quick
We should,
because he don't listen to our show.
asshole.
I'm the one.
Take
You
your,
better listen to this one, though.
take your white shoes and listen.
So there's only one Blockbuster video left.
In the United States.
It's in Oregon.
Did you know they had a chance to buy Netflix and turn it down?
Yes. Yeah.
I
It's
did not know
pretty
that,
much what
actually.
screwed them.
Yes.
So there's one left. There were 3. 2 in Alaska, 1 in Oregon.
Yep.
The 2 in Alaska,
Sadly shut down.
they're done. They're getting Netflix now. The DVD service, but it's still Netflix. But yeah, so there's one Blockbuster left in Oregon, and they have now a craft beer in their honor.
Really?
This is true.
It's very sweet.
Here's a picture of
We
it.
got the Blockbuster.
I think it's called
It's called the
Admission.
Blockbuster.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Admit One was
Oh,
on the label.
there we go.
I thought that's what it was.
Well, let me take another
Blockbuster
look.
and milk does. That's a good Friday night.
Right.
And me
Used to
trying
be.
to score with my girlfriend.
But it's like, that was the Netflix and chill of our day.
So the company is 10 Barrel Brewing, which is a solid name. And it's it's German. Schwarzbier? SCHWARZBIER. 10 Barrel. And,
Sweet.
they were kind enough to make the last Blockbuster.
No more video stores.
No
Well,
more.
Family Video.
It's a
we
sinister,
got that.
It's a sinister black ale.
Ooh,
Sinister. That's good.
careful.
Family Video and Redbox.
And apparently the fucking Little Caesars fucking vending machine.
Apparently, Little Caesars has vending machines.
Sweeping
now.
the
I like
nation,
that.
folks.
I'm good with that. I want to see one of those.
I'll partake.
I'm actually excited to go to McDonald's and order from a machine.
Not have to interact with people.
Right.
Could you not fuck it up this time?
I want to
That'd be great.
I want to be as completely as weird as possible when I get older, so I have zero interaction with people.
Yes. Yes.
That's where it's definitely leaning towards.
I'm actually there now. I don't need to wait till I get
talk
older.
To somebody, I'm like, oh my god.
I don't. Like
Can I help you?
people.
No. Give me the vending machine. Just a moment.
When I order pizza, no, I want to call.
If there's somehow I can get food without interacting with people, that'd be great.
So okay, I just had a thought. Remember in Back to the Future when
I do.
when he goes to the future and he goes in the '80s cafe and the television screen comes down and it's got people from the
Like
'80s.
Michael Jackson and Ronald
Who?
Reagan
Yeah.
and shit.
Who's gonna be if that was to happen now? Who do you think would be on those television
Kanye
screens?
West.
Oh yeah, Kardashians.
Taylor Swift.
Kardashians.
Kardashians.
You guys are really quick with that. I thought you'd have a little more thought
Oh, no,
into
no,
it.
no.
You're like right on it.
Who else? Who else?
Maybe little Biebs.
Bieber, yeah,
possibly,
no.
possibly.
Eminem,
Yeah,
maybe.
say that.
You know,
Eminem, yeah. Who else is popular? in
the
this?
one thing they'll
Like a
all have in
LeBron
common.
type thing.
Yeah, they'll all be
LeBron
mocking
James.
Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the Trump family will own those restaurants. I'll have the huge burger.
The huge burger.
The glorious fries and a Diet Coke.
12 of them.
There's no Diet Cokes in that place.
That's all there is at that place. Diet Cokes and water.
What would be the video game that's in the corner?
Oh, that
Angry
Fortnite.
Birds.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
And there'll be a group of kids next to it doing all the dance moves.
Just scared to talk to people. Just like, can't talk to you.
Texting each
Order
other.
17. Everyone scatters out
He's
of the
right
place.
next to you. Got text him. He's right next to you.
That's,
I couldn't imagine that kind of lifestyle when we were in high school,
Oh.
man. That would have been wild as shit.
how would you feel about that?
If we wanted to get a hold of the person in the other side of the class, we make a little paper football and flip it at them.
Or you get the
You
rubber
unfold
band,
it. Yeah, right.
and make that little fucking.
Yeah.
Speaking of high school job, what was the rules of golf? Remember the card game golf?
Oh, I do, but I don't remember the rules.
Wow.
We used to play that because we had the dumb science class, so we would play golf. Remember the
Dumb
card game
science
golf?
class.
The only thing I remember about us playing cards was at lunch when we would play euchre,
Oh yeah.
and we had the most obvious signs for each other. We like like hitting my heart.
Stay at home.
Right. Right. What are you doing later?
I know my
Staying home?
Tell my mom's like coming
You
home.
going to the
later.
club later? Can do some
I'm
yard
12, I'm
work.
Euchre and
I
spades.
don't remember golf.
No.
Spades was a big one.
Did you ever gotta go a little further back, elementary school, junior high, where you would it's kind of like Battleship, but on the piece of paper, and you draw like a tent.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
and like the tent of people,
I don't remember that.
and then you'd
no.
fold it in half,
Yes,
and
I
then
did.
you'd have to like draw a circle and see if it indented on their shit.
Wow.
I do
no,
remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Huh. Cool.
a lot of ways to kill
What was
time.
like
and
spoons or something like that?
Spoons.
spoons
Yes.
and slash donkey for those folks. It's a great game.
Things
Check
got
it out.
violent.
I don't know why I
Oh.
ended up in dumb science class. I don't know why I ended up in Essential Science 1. I have no idea.
If dude, we would play spoons.
That was when we
And
played the game.
and math concepts.
Because those
Oh, fuck
tables were
that.
so fucking
Yeah.
big. You know, it was like art class. You had like this giant table.
Yeah, we would play spoons in fucking the lunchroom
The teacher would be like literally
with
talking.
plastic spoons. And I learned this at a young age playing the game with my family, where you just batteries like D batteries. My dad, his only goal playing the game is to knock the batteries as far away from the table as possible. So just to watch everyone dive and scatter, and because that was entertaining.
Right.
And as a
Because he
child,
wasn't going after him.
No, not at all. Half the time, he wouldn't even have what it takes to actually grab. He would just do it. So taking what I knew then and applying it in the lunchroom, I would just smack those fucking plastic fucking sporks as far as I could and watch my whole table just get up and bum rush everybody.
How many Fiesta pieces you guys knock over?
Oh,
Two a
Whatever
day.
they call them.
knock those
Or whatever
out.
they call them. Fiesta pieces.
Fiesta pizzas. Fold them in half with French
Fiestada.
fries. Fiestadas. That's what it was.
Fiestada. Yeah. Now, my favorite were the days when they had the, like, whatever the chicken and mashed potato was, because you get the roll.
Yeah.
I was all about that fucking roll.
Fiestadas.
Fiestadas were
this
amazing.
is-
You can buy those at Gordon's.
That's what I've heard.
Borrow
That's
it
what I've
for
heard, too.
I could probably do about 3 of them right now.
Jeff's like, I'm going to hit Gordon's and go home in an Uber.
Fiestadas and Rocky 4, baby. Done.
It's like, what'd you do on Labor Day? I was crying, eating 14 Fiestados, watching Rocky 4. Why were you crying? Rocky 4 is a sad fucking movie.
My guts hated me.
Yeah. What'd you do Labor Day? Shit my pants. Because I had 14 Fiestados and drank beer. And watched Rocky 4.
Fiesta.
Oh.
Fiestadas, chicken nuggets. Oh,
Chicken nuggets
Dude,
were...
earlier you said school store.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I don't, oh, you talking
No,
about the
yeah.
manager story? Oh.
this
I'm sorry.
he was already in school store and I got transferred into that class.
Like, John, do you
Well,
got
first
transferred
of
to the
all-
store? Dude, we don't do anything.
First of all, for some people that may be listening, let's clarify what school store was.
Okay, there was a store in the middle of school.
That sold like
and
pop chips, candy
pop
bars.
chip, yeah, anything.
Random shit.
Pencils, pens,
Yeah.
they had various.
It was supposed to teach you how to run a business, not
Yes.
like how to stand behind a counter drinking pop and bullshitting with
yeah,
friends.
like the object of the class was to teach you how to work in that area,
Mm-hmm.
and the bonus was you could be a consumer.
Yeah.
And student, come out of any class and buy. So I got transferred in. And I remember your grades went from A to E real
Teacher
quick.
goes, you're my favorite student. I was a store manager, and then I ended up. Then by the end of the year, I wasn't even allowed in the classroom. I wasn't allowed in the store. I was doing it.
It's quite
I
the
was
jump.
Me, John, and one of the girls that was in that class with us were doing attendance for her. The principal, not the teacher of the school store.
It was pretty bad.
Those were the friends to make. The friends that were in charge of doing the attendance. Be like, just mark me down.
Yeah,
I was
that's
there.
because we were charged to do them because we weren't allowed in the class in the school store anymore because we got so
Nope.
much trouble.
Yep, we caused a bit of chaos, and that was actually the teacher that threatened to run me over in the parking lot.
Oh, she hated you,
Wow.
Jeff. You were my favorite student. Now I can't stand you.
Yeah, shit happens.
Which is funny because, ironically enough, I've also been kicked out of classes with Casey. So in 2 weeks when he gets here, we'll
have
talk
more
about
stories.
More
that.
stories about kicking out of class.
The best part of that was he got kicked back into class. We made so much noise out in the hallway. That was the best part of that.
See, for like when I was a senior, junior type, like if there was going to be a fight, it wasn't like meet me at the flagpole. It was like, all right, third hour, go to the school store.
Yeah.
And you fought in the hallway
Right.
for as long as it took for the teachers to come out to break it up.
Or the security guard to get there.
Well,
right.
the security guard was like,
He was
the
always
other
outside
side, yeah.
watching people leave for Vogue.
Yeah, which was awesome. He was a cool dude, though. But, yeah, so, like, going to the school store meant there's a fight today.
Right.
Like, some people are like, dude, you got to go.
Did you hear?
You got it, third hour, we're going to the store. I'm like, done.
See you at the store at third hour.
Right.
Dude, I've seen so many fights there.
We actually just took, last week, we took our son to the junior high for middle school orientation.
Oh, yeah.
And I went there for 8th grade.
My baby's grown up.
It's been a long time. We walked up the set of stairs, and as soon as we hit the top landing...
I used to smoke here. Fuck.
No. That was the first time I had seen two girls fight in school. Was right there at the top of the steps. And it
Chicks
all
like to fight
hit
at the
me,
stairwell.
like right there. And
It flooded back.
so it's me and Jeannie and our son, and I turned around like the first time I saw two girls fight.
Was right here.
There was a woman and her daughter coming up the stairs, and I was like,
Maybe I'll save that one
sorry.
for later.
It's probably her like 20 years ago or whatever.
Maybe. It might have been. I don't know.
Junior high had a very cool math teacher. He was fucking weird as shit, but he was cool. So
Most teachers, yeah.
8th grade was the first year we had to do the fucking student IDs. I don't know if you guys had to do them or not.
Yeah, we had student IDs, yeah.
Nah, I don't remember.
You don't recall, but
No.
So 8th grade, I had to get a student ID. So
We
it was,
had 'em.
it was a big deal.
Okay.
Everyone's like, "Why the fuck do we need this?" Like, so you can prove who you are. You don't know who I am. Just do it. It's like, all right. So the day we get them, I went down, got my school ID, and I went to my math class, which was on the 2nd floor. And we walk in, and the teacher, he's like, "Oh, I heard you guys got your school IDs." And I walked in as he was saying that, and he's like, "Oh, did you get yours?" I was like, "Yeah, I got mine." He's like, "Let me see it." And we're standing by the door. And on the other side of the room is all the windows, which were like, you turn the handle and it like tilts open.
Yeah.
And he takes it.
They still have those windows.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School didn't change.
Like
No,
they're going to
no.
upgrade
They
that
don't
shit.
have any money, so the schools didn't change.
I'd been snowed down in high school sitting next to a window. Anyway.
And that
So-
same kid's getting stoned down right now.
So the window was open. He takes it. And we're standing by the door and he just looks at it, looks at me, and while looking at me, flicks it like a playing card across the room. And I guess it was like the 1 millionth time he's ever tried to do it, and it worked perfectly. And it went out the fucking 2nd story window. And he was like, he looked back at me and he was like, shit.
I didn't mean that.
He's like, that wasn't what I was intending, but that was pretty cool. I was like, no, that was pretty cool. I thought you like meant to do that. If you said nothing, I would have been impressed. He was like, we can still be impressed, but after you go outside and go get that, because you're going to need that. I don't want to get in trouble for this shit. It's the little things that stick out
were
to
the
you.
days.
Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, that one time that I learned how to do fucking algebra. Oh, it's so great.
Right.
No, it's like, yeah, that time
Learn
the
how
math
to do-
teacher fucking flipped my fucking
Learn
school
how to
ID.
do algebra. I'm still getting there.
No. So I did algebra 1, did okay. Went to algebra 2, failed it. Had to
The
go
teacher
to
said the letter A, and
Me
I
and
quit.
John had math concepts.
math concepts. Folks. I had to go to geometry. I went to geometry, fucking crushed that. Geometry 2, crushed that. Had to go to summer school to make up the algebra 2. I was pissed.
Remember, we gave that student teacher so much shit, and then he became our teacher and was like, "Oh,
Ouch.
I ain't passing this.
That's like when you fuck with the substitute
Yeah.
for
See
the
you next
week,
year."
and then the following week was like, no, that's our new teacher. And you're like,
Look,
oh,
dude,
God.
I just did a D minus, man. I ain't asking for much.
Just sign it. Come
like,
on.
look, I'm not going anywhere after this. So let's just give me a
just-
D minus.
Let's just call it what it is, and we'll go
if you
from
could
there.
go back to high school right now,
Oh my
that would
God.
be how
I-
you
I'd
would
try
say
a
it.
little, yeah.
Be like, I'm not going to do anything after this. Just give me a D and let's call it good. You know?
Just give me a D and I won't show up. I'll be happy.
Every Thursday, I'll bring you fucking like McDonald's
Right.
coffee or something.
Right.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Oh, shit.
mean,
That's what I would do.
Me and I go to college. I'm like taking the same classes I should have taken like
High
as a
school,
freshman.
yeah.
The kids are like, I took this like 6 years ago,
Right.
8th grade. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
My school
Hey.
district, however,
Guess what, bro? I go to the college or the casino and I drink beer.
I Ubered here from the casino.
He's like, dude, I've known algebra for 6 years and I'm 19. You're like, bro, I'm drunk. Fuck off.
Oh, that's a classic.
Some chick just called me with 3-6 offsuit. I have aces. Get out of here. vowels.
I won the national spelling bee. I'm fucking drunk. Let's take this fucking history class together, me and you.
Yeah, spell this. Let's go. Paper, rock, scissors. We're gonna see who wins. Bet spoons. Let's go, bitch.
Can you play spoons?
I bet
you can't play
I
spoons.
bet 3 fiestadas.
You probably don't know what a fiestada is.
Teacher's
We're all
like,
healthy.
welcome
Healthy.
to geometry.
Your gluten-free fucking lunch. Fuck you.
And enjoy your organic eggs.
Ooh, man, those carrot sticks look tasty.
Yo, teach. We gotta play golf this year or what, bro?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was figuring out my fantasy draft.
Meanwhile, some kid that didn't pay attention at all, just won some like $1 million DraftKings thing or something like that. You're like, you probably didn't even pay attention at all.
Nope. It's been wild to think about the last 20 years and how much
How
money I
fast they
didn't
went by,
make and how many mistakes I did make.
Oh, yeah.
And but we're here now.
It took me 15 years to graduate college. 15 years, so we
Yeah,
did
well.
Hey, at least you did it, Doctor.
You know, hey.
15 years. But
Dr.
we got-
Pappas in the
we
house.
got
I
there.
know. I did 3 months of Specs Howard
There you
and
go.
quit.
Now look at you. Though.
I did 2 rounds of community college and almost
There
have an associate's degree. Almost. I'm about 2 semesters away, folks.
I'm in
proud.
debt, but it ain't school.
I have kids in a house.
Right.
Like, life kicks you in the junk, folks. So, do you recall, just to totally jump on a totally different tangent?
Right.
This is the theme of this.
It's how we do things. How we do things.
We just stumbled down the block, and it's enjoyable. So, remember the 2-year window for ideas?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a sub-question for our guest after
Okay.
this. But years ago, more than 2, me and a friend of mine came up with an idea for a comic book.
Yes.
I found the comic book yesterday. That is about 85% the idea. Slightly changed, but
Did you buy it?
not yet. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
out yet. It was a pre-order type
Oh,
thing.
okay.
But it's a Stranger Things themed comic book. But it's not quote-unquote Stranger Things, but it's a knockoff. I was very displeased, but laughed to myself because this is about the 20th time that something like this has happened, so I'm kind of used to it now.
So many ideas
Like,
gone.
It's like watching Shark Tank. You're like, damn it.
Right.
Like,
I
you came up with that and you're a
how?
multi-millionaire? Like,
Right.
oh my God.
But just so you know, any idea that you've ever had, be like, if we had a can opener that also sang you a song so you weren't bored while you were opening a can.
2 years.
The
2
same-
years, that's all you have.
The person came up with that is now like a millionaire.
Oh, yeah. And
Probably.
You're not. And you're like, if I only did that.
Right. I remember seeing we were at Pine Knob for a concert one time. We were in line to get beer, and there was these little like shooter bottles, like round like a ball, and it was the Buzz Balls.
Yep.
And then like a year later, we saw that dude on Shark Tank, and I was like, I know that shit. I remember seeing that at the Pine Knob. Now they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like jumbo Buzz Balls. I mean, they got like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
3 fists worth
like
of liquor
basketball-
in
like
them.
basketball
Oh,
ones, yeah.
dude, they're huge. So speaking of beer, because we're on the topic, let's quickly go over tonight's drink of the week. Jay, would you like to handle this one?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Tonight we have a lovely Oktoberfest from Dark Horse Brewing out of Marshall, Michigan. Copious amounts of,
A lot of long words.
Bonlander Munich malt give this beer a great malt sweetness and a very big body to enjoy with the change of season. It's fucking delightful, folks.
It's not an IPA.
It is
And
not a-
for that.
I was thinking heavy.
It was a little thick, but to be honest, to get out of, like, I'm like a basic white girl who's excited about fucking pumpkin spice right now. Getting away from IPAs and jumping
Get ready to
into
get your yoga pants out.
You know, my Uggs are fucking freshly pressed and
Get ready
ready
to get my
to go.
yoga pants, my North Face jacket, like already ready
You
to
know,
get it out.
you know. So we got Oktoberfest, we got brown ales, we got the lovely dark beers coming back.
I'm equally as excited, dude. I've had enough of the IPAs. I'm telling you.
I've had enough
we've had a couple good
fucking
ones. but-
citrus, yeah.
I'm
but
like
Gotta
a summer
go.
wheat kind of guy, like a light summer.
Light wheat, yeah.
Like summer
Yeah.
beers, wheat beers, stuff
you
like
should
that.
check out, was it Bell's Amber Ale?
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's
a good
fucking
one.
Delightful. Has
That's a good one.
Beautiful little fucking.
You should
heron
check
on it.
out Odd Side Ales, El Dancarino.
Oh my god, Now that
But
is
be careful.
That is an IPA. It's a
It's one of them deals,
almost
like
a.
9%.
It is like
no,
9.5.
No, it's 11 almost.
Or 11. Yeah, there we go.
It does not taste it at all.
No, they'll
You'd be
go
like,
down
There's
like water.
ketchup on you. You're like, oh shit.
One of our
Yeah.
shows we had it on, and I think
Time
on
for
our
an Uber.
second one we looked, and John was like, "Fuck, this is like a 10.5% beer," and I was like, "Oh fuck."
We titled the episode El Dangarino. That's how
Oh,
good it
God.
was.
But it didn't taste like it. It was delightfully. It was like the citrus was on the ass end of the taste. It was like hoppy and nice and smooth, and then it was like a little bit of citrus, and you're like, "Oh, that was a nice finish."
Classic.
And then you stand
red
up
retina.
and you're like, "Fuck." Highly recommend it, folks. But we also highly recommend the Dark Horse Oktoberfest beer because it is tasty.
Yes.
And do you have the same one as me, Jason? Or
No, you have one of our holdovers from a
oh,
show a few while back. You have a was it Arbor Brewing Pharisees,
Yeah.
which is a fucking amazing
Good beer. Definite good beer. We enjoyed it.
We are surprised with the output of fantastic beer selection that Michigan offers.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Michigan is the leader in craft beer.
If not, we're close.
they got it because I just went to Traverse City a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
and
Traverse City is
tried-
nothing but
tried
breweries.
A couple one, yep, tried a
Yeah.
couple of them. Got stuck doing a wine tour, but besides that, I went to a little
Yeah.
beer. We did a couple of beers. Can't think of the place we went to, but it was a good one.
Yeah, I saw the
Great
pictures on
radio, I
social
know.
media. It looked like you were having a good time.
It's a good weekend. Some wine tasting, some beer tasting.
We like it was like a wine tour. We did like 5 wineries. And
Let me
then-
ask
I'm
you,
trying to think-
when you showed up there, was there a dress code?
No, there's not. But I just
Okay.
Don't
Did
like
you wear
wine.
the cutoff shirt and
So
sandals with socks?
The
or
first time, the guy
Did you
was
have the white belt? That's what I want to know.
when I got there, the last time I went there, they were like, you can try like the wine. I'm just doing like a shot. Like that's all I know. Like I don't like just shooting. And I was like, you even trying? I'm
They
like,
were
no.
like, "Did you smell
I'm
it?"
just here because the wife
Did
wants
you
to
have
be
the
here. I want to
bouquet?
be out of here as soon as possible.
I want to get drunk and leave.
I do not want
She's
to be
gonna
at the
buy
wine.
3 bottles and then we're gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna spend $47.50 on three bottles and let's just go. I'm gonna probably have a couple cocktails and order a dumb shirt I don't need.
Right, you
And
see
let's
that
go.
woman over there? Here's my debit card. Whatever she wants, just ring it up and
Just nod
you know.
and
I bought some cider because I thought it tasted good. It's still in my fridge unopened.
Nice.
It was $22.50 probably.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's like a wine bottle size. Of
Oh
it.
yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
What am
So
I-
you got your money's worth on
Oh
that.
yeah, we had a good time and
Once he
we
drinks
drank
it,
a ton.
he
Yeah,
gets
I still gotta
money's
drink it.
worth.
It's probably,
He's saving that for a special occasion.
that could be the next podcast. So I'll bring it with me.
There you go.
Hey.
We've had a cider on here before. Flannel Mouth.
Yes.
Oh okay.
Yep.
Oh, tasty
Is
stuff.
it Blake's?
Blake's.
Blake's
yeah.
hard cider or something like that? You remember, we worked at the same
Yeah.
beer warehouse. We know about some beers. We've been around the block there.
I used to be quite the connoisseur. Not so much anymore, but
No, we only really mess around out here.
yeah.
Well, I say we, me.
Yeah.
I'm a PBR guy. Like I buy cheap shit. I drink it.
$17.99 for a 4-pack. Sign me up.
Yeah, no.
I know it's surprising, but like doing the show and being exposed to the vast amount of craft beers there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was shocking at
Like
first.
the M43 is like really good.
It's surprisingly.
M43,
yeah.
we-
We haven't had that on the show yet.
Yeah.
We plan to. But we try to plan the beer
Our
with
boss
the
tweet.
guest and what
Yeah.
we've had the week before. Try not to overdo things.
There's definitely a lot of good beers to try in Michigan, that's for sure.
John was actually gifted a beer.
So
Oh, really?
I went to a little family gathering earlier, and it's my wife's cousin's house, and her husband hooked me up with this beer. He talked about as soon as I got there, we were going to drink it together, but we had to leave to come home so I could do the show.
You know,
He gave me this beer here. It's not Michigan.
it is not.
This is our first beer reviewed on the show that
That
wasn't
is-
Michigan,
yes.
correct?
Correct.
This is La Fin Du
Monde.
Monde.
It's French Canadian.
It's a Belgian style triple ale.
Take-
This bad boy is 9%.
The one we're currently drinking is like a 7.5, the Oktoberfest.
So the only thing he asked me to do, because we didn't get to drink it together at the family gathering, was to take it to the show, pour it in glasses, and give it a little review.
Okay. We can
So-
do that. We have that ability.
We're gonna do that.
Ooh, look at that head.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a very good.
They're great pork.
I'm
You
not.
got to
I'm
get
not a
more
great
tilt.
pourer.
There you go. There you go.
So Jeff got the boo boo one.
Yeah, he's the guest.
Oh, and so did my notebook.
Ooh, apparently that's mine.
Maybe. I don't know. I might have to add more to it.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay. Again, this is Canadian beer.
Has an interesting smell to
Yeah,
it.
it does.
Kind of smells like zucchini bread a little bit.
So I'm going to do this real quick before we cheers. I want to say thank you to Chad for giving me the beer.
A big thank you to Chad.
And thank you to Chad and Kristen for having me and the family over today for the holiday. And here we go with this Fin Du Monde.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I'll drink it.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That is not bad at
Holy
all.
cow.
I definitely like the finish on it. It's really
Oh,
good.
wow. That is tasty.
That's good. Actually, there's another swig in there if you want to add it to your glass, because I see, unless you took a very
I mean, this
good
foam,
first drink.
I mean, this foam's really good.
Well,
but-
I mean, I gave you the
Wow.
head. This is tasty stuff.
Watch
right
out,
here.
Michigan
Holy
Craft
cow.
Brewing. Where's this from? Wait, I'm going to look it up
It's
real quick.
definitely-
He
It's
told me
definitely-
Canada is what he said. I don't know the specifics.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
No, not at all. And I didn't look either. We threw it in the cooler and I left because I had to get home in time. But
Here, let me see that bad boy.
Definitely
It's-
imported.
definitely,
Definitely. It tastes like an import.
no, it's got me.
It's a Belgian triple out of Chambly, Quebec, Canada.
Quebec.
So it is French-Canadian. It is delightful.
I should have got more of them.
Wow.
He had like a 12-pack in his fridge
Read
downstairs.
that fridge.
Yeah.
If I would have stayed over there a little longer, I probably
Well,
would
we
have
got till-
slammed about 3 of them.
We got till Wednesday. Tell him that something happened and get a couple
I'm
more.
gonna find out where he bought them for sure, dude. I'm gonna start looking at the stores for these. These are tasty.
Okay. As a off the beaten path for Cornhouse Chronicles, we're going to recommend a very Canadian, very tasty beer.
Took us 42 episodes, folks.
42 episodes.
But we jumped the border.
We're branching out.
It's crazy. You can go to 42 episodes and still have all
Le Fin
Michigan
Du
beers.
Monde.
We haven't doubled
Yeah,
once.
That's crazy. That's
We've
crazy.
actually had episodes where we've had 2 or 3 different beers here that week.
That's true.
And still haven't doubled up. And we've had
We still
meetings
have- yeah.
with beers. Dragon Mead, episode 3.
The infamous episode 3 that no one has listened to.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
It's like the missing episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me give the
It's like the secret
details.
song at the end of an album. The secret
Yeah,
song.
we're going to do it like years
Kind of.
from now. It'll be like, episode 3.
You gotta listen
We're
to
at
song
three-
number 12 at like the 47-minute mark. It's a great song.
episode
comes on.
1304. We're like, actually, this is episode 3. We're just going to about to drop it on.
We
there.
actually did it with episode 15, too.
We have about 6 episode 15s right now in the hole, but you're not ready for them. So, Le Fin Du Monde by Unibroue.
God damn, you said that like he was fucking French.
Damn right.
Wong, wong, wong.
From Chambly, Quebec, Canada. The end of the world. The excellence of triple fermented through a blend of special yeast gives this malt beverage an exquisitely robust flavor, which it does, of exceptional refinement. It is fucking delightful, and we highly recommend it, even though it's not from Michigan.
Drink it in a glass.
Drink
Oh,
it in a
yeah.
glass like you're a classy motherfucker.
I like to pour my craft beers in a glass like that.
All right, jumping topics again, just because I wanted to cover this. Did you hear about the former Michigan State quarterback, Kirk Cousins?
I've heard a bunch of things about him.
Well, I mean, like the latest. He just signed with the Vikings.
Yes. I almost picked him in my fantasy draft.
So
I took Matt Stafford instead.
I
He
got
got-
Stafford, dude.
he got an $84 million contract with the
Yes.
Vikings, which is fucking huge.
Yeah,
Good for
probably
him.
$50 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Ugh.
So, homeboy, after signing the contract, calls his wife. Guess who doesn't answer? His wife.
Mhm.
So he's like, all right. Calls his parents. Doesn't answer. Calls a few more family members and friends. None of them answer. So he's at, I would say, one of the peak moments in his life. Just signed for $84 million to play professional football with the Minnesota Vikings.
Right.
None of his family is picking up his phone call, responding to his texts, nothing. So, a few months before, he called his AAA insurance agent, and his insurance agent was like, "Hey, man, go out there and get that money, man." And he's like, "Hey, no problem. I'm going to do my best." So he signs the contract. None of his family, friends answer. So he's like, "Fuck it." Calls the AAA agent, asks for him by name. Guy picks up. He's like, "Dude, I just signed a contract for $84 million with the Vikings." The guy's like, "Fuck yes, you did."
Commission.
Woo! Like, bullshits for a minute. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for calling me. Let me know." Little does that guy know that he was the first person that Kirk Cousins actually got a hold of to talk to.
If I remember correctly, when Kirk Cousins signed his first NFL contract with Washington, he was still driving around like an '89 conversion van or some shit. Like it was like he lived in it.
Yeah.
Like
he would
that
go
guy,
to like the fucking practices and the training camps and live out of it pretty much.
Shout out to Michigan State for raising some good quarterbacks.
Mind you, Concord just got cut today, so in case you're wondering. To stay on that theme.
That's it. No big deal.
But that has to be like a shitty feeling that none of your family is willing to take your call or able to take your
probably
call.
like don't answer like one of the things with the guy it's a
Who
home
knows
run
what they
and
were
nobody
doing?
talks to him.
And what his wife?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But then he has to like revert to fucking calling his AAA agent.
Like, look, when we get divorced, you got about $42 million coming to you.
I mean,
so.
you got some money coming to you.
Look, I'm not worth shit, and I've called my wife like she don't answer like 3 calls in a row, and then she answers. I'm like, what are you doing? Right. Oh, I was outside.
I was watching TV with
son
the
of a bitch.
kids.
I'm just like, don't pay the DT bill. We don't have money for it.
right.
Had a bad day at the casino.
Whatever you do, don't answer the door. Pull the car in the backyard,
Babe, we're moving.
Yeah.
Pack a bag, we gotta go. We gotta go now. What about the couch? Fuck the couch. Grab the kid, let's go. I do want to bring up one thing.
Okay.
I don't know if I brought it up earlier or not, because, the amount of alcohol.
Right.
The fact that the...
Thank you, Dark Horse Brewing.
You did a good job. You too, Unibroue. The other night, Wayne's World was on TV.
All right.
So I sat down and was like, fuck yeah, I'll watch that.
Right.
Watching them portray their cable access show reminded me so much of what podcasts are now. Like,
Yeah. Well, our podcast.
our podcast, at least. But the fact that, like, they had the ability to do a cable access show and hit their area and become semi-famous,
Yeah.
right? And the fact that us, alongside a multitude of other smaller to mid-range podcasts, are out there, and people throughout the world are listening. It
Thank you, world.
Yeah, it just blew my mind. It's like that was the next step, the logical progression of that idea. But it kind of like made me think for a minute, and that was the first time in a while that I've watched a movie. It was just like, wow.
Some real life perspective to it.
A little bit.
You can like pinpoint the dots on the
Like
chart.
a correlation between where
it was and now where it's at.
Well, I'll tell you, last time we went to Rock of Ages, me and Phil, that's why I bought that Wayne's World poster on the wall over there, because I feel like...
You actually went there recently?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, yeah. Well, Phil was here, and we were talking about it one night, and he's like, let's go tomorrow. And the wife and kids were out of town, and I was like, you know what? Let's do that. And I walked in there, and it was like a blast from the past, dude. It was great. And they had so many posters to choose from, but I was like...
Posters, T-shirts, stuff like that.
Well, I think we should wrap this up.
It's a good spot for
It's
it.
been a great episode. Episode 42 in the books. We want to thank all the listeners,
Oh, yes.
the old, the new,
The future.
the future. Thank you again.
A huge thank you to Jeff for coming on the show.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem. It's a
We
good time.
appreciate it.
Did you have a good time?
I hope to come back in a couple weeks.
Pick a Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
Anytime anytime in October or beyond.
All
You're
right,
welcome,
No problem.
Pick
we,
a Sunday.
We have an open mic.
We have 2. Yeah, shit. You can crash somebody else's
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
That's
I
the
don't
beauty of
know
it.
the definition
I'm not nice
of
like
oaken, but,
Rick
you know.
or whatever. I'll just crash an episode.
Yeah, show up.
Sunday.
Screw it. If we're recording,
problem.
you're welcome.
No problem, man.
Hell, even if you got to share a mic with, another dude or something.
You're like, I just came back from the casino.
right.
My Uber is still out there. I'm going home in 5 minutes,
Jeff's
but I
Uber
have to
conquest.
tell you the story.
The Tales of Jeff Zuber.
Yeah.
Pocket 8s, 2 from cutoff. This motherfucker with Ace King offsuit.
Right. I went all in for $100. He called that son of a bitch.
He called on the turn. The flop was 2-3-4. He has Ace King offsuit. Nowhere near this shit. River's a boat. I don't know how. Math. You figure it out. I lost $300. I'm going home.
No, I'm going to.
I'm going to Taco Bell, and then I'm going
House
home.
Chronicles.
I had to stop and tell
Someone's got to hear this story.
Somebody. I know they're up.
My wife didn't answer. Nobody's answering. Cornell's Chronicles better answer.
you. My AAA agent was not
Yeah,
answering.
we'll answer. I'll always answer. I might record your phone message and play it back later,
Can
but
you
I'll
believe this
answer.
motherfucker?
Right.
Some 85-year-old Vietnamese man was like, "Hey, Jeff, you're back, man.
Your money's my money. Hey, fuck you.
I bought you that hat." And you're like, "I haven't been here in 3 years, man."
He knows you.
But it was a good time all ago. I had a good time here. So
Glad to hear it, sir.
Sweet. I had fun.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you want to come back, there's a spot.
thank you.
Yes. And please share it
Oh,
on the social media.
tell your
Totally.
friends. Tell your
Yes.
friends to tell their friends.
They don't have to like it.
No, not at all.
Just listen to it.
Once.
Just download
That's all
it.
we ask.
Thanks again to Dark Horse Brewing. I don't know if we did that. I
We
can't
did a
remember.
couple times.
Okay. All right.
But
I
thank
wanna
you
do
for
it again.
fantastic products.
Oktoberfest is here, baby.
Whoop, whoop. Fuck you, IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag.
Thanks to Chad for the La Fin Du Monde.
Le Fin Du Monde.
Okay, you say it way better than I do.
Yeah, I put that little spice on that fucker.
It was way tasty. He was
From
not
Unibroue
lying.
Brewing. I mean,
He
that's a
was-
great name for a brewing company. Unibroue. Say it how you want. Out
That's
of Quebec,
just-
Canada.
Right, it looks like that.
If you have the chance and you find it in the store, pick it up. It's worth it. Tastes amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to shout out real quick to Michigan State football for winning week 1.
Good on you.
I want to say good try to Michigan. Should have started McCaffrey.
They'll get
They'll
better.
get it together.
They'll get it
They'll
They'll figure it out.
Real quick before we go, do you have a prediction for the Lions?
Oh, sorry, you're asking Jeff.
7 and 9.
7 and 9?
That's not
Ooh.
bad, actually. Do you have a prediction about the Browns?
The Cleveland Browns. Do you have a prediction for the Cleveland
I mean, there's so much
Browns?
hype about
There's
them right
money
now.
involved in the show.
I have money involved.
for
5
Cleveland.
and
Oh,
whatever,
okay, yeah.
5 and 11.
That's still not better than 10, so I'm making $20 there.
Shout out to Phil. You hear that?
Saturday, buddy. Yeah. Episode 42 in the books. Episode 43 coming at your friggin' ear holes shortly.
Yep. It's going to be another laugh fest.
Another Laugh Fest. We have a decent guest lined up as long as they make it. If
Even-
not, we can
yeah.
fit in someone else that just will fill that spot greatly.
Yep.
It's going to be huge.
Huge. So until then, we'll say thank you very much.
Excuse me.